Welcome to Module 2. We're really going to roll up our sleeves and get busy in the nitty-gritty of qualitative design and analysis in this module. Now, we'll have a live session next Thursday where we'll put a lot of this together, and I'll present some material that will serve as a review, give you a chance to ask some questions, and we'll be at about a midpoint of the module so we can take a look at the progress you've made so far. Let's take a look at what's ahead. First, as we look in the Module 2 overview and to-do list, you'll want to go in here and read this, look at the objectives and the to-do list. And I would advise you to get things on your calendar to make sure you have time to get everything done that we're going to be looking at. Now, Thursday, September 16th from 8 till 9, we'll be doing our live session. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is learning reflection. Now, you should have received a doctoral notebook in the mail, and you can use this. And I'll ask you to submit a reflection on Module 1. And you can see what I'm looking for in this here by the prompts and how to do that. But you'll reflect on your learning from Module 1, and you'll submit that by Sunday the 12th, and then you'll respond to your peers by Tuesday the 14th. That's by the end of our first week. Now, something that I'd like you to keep in mind is this is a manual exercise. Now, whether you use the journal I sent you or another journal of similar size, I want you to write this out, and then you'll post in a discussion forum a picture of your submission. So you're going to have to write legibly so that your peers can read and respond to that. But I think there's something important about filling it out by hand. So then, after you complete that, you'll also be doing a contextual autobiography analysis. Now, remember that somewhat of a biographical diary or journal post that you did in the first module. Now, you'll be analyzing your peers' submission. Now, you're going to pick 3 of your peers, or since there's 4 in the class, everyone other than yourself. You'll go through their biographies and you're going to kind of code these. You'll see what I'm asking for here when it says identify some patterns, consider how this, to analyze this. So this is where your work in Lunenburg will really pay off. You're essentially going to be a researcher here looking for patterns of analysis in these 3 biographical sketches that your peers did in the last module. Then, and there is a 600 to 800 word total there. So you'll want to take a look at that. Now, 2 of the big assignments in this course are a research proposal and then a jigsaw presentation of the Soldano text. So we'll get to that in just a moment, but this is your research proposal that's going to be scaffolded over all the modules in the course. So the first thing you're going to do is you put together a research proposal, is come up with research questions, right? So you'll come up with 3 questions. Typically in a study, you'll come up with 1, 2, or 3 questions, and you'll be doing that and getting some practice. So read the overview here, and then you're going to see that there's an outline of what a research proposal looks like, as well as a 2-page description that you can get a feel for what you're going to be asked to do in a research proposal. So you'll be able to look at the end, look at what it is that you're going to be asked to do, and then in this module, you'll be taking that first step. So you'll be coming up with the problem, the question, and some other information that will pull into this, and then you'll submit those. Now, finally, the jigsaw PowerPoint. What exactly is that? Well, you notice you've already read the Lunenburg text, and we have one more. You have Soldano and Omasta. It's a very good text, analyzing life. And in a perfect world, we read that full text, but one of the ways that we'll ask you to do this, that you may apply this in other courses that you take, is we'll be asking each one of you to take 1 chapter. And you'll see here that you can click on this and sign up for which chapter that you're going to do, right? But then you'll be doing an in-depth presentation, 15-minute presentation using technology that you can submit. And so you'll come up in this particular module with a PowerPoint, rough draft of the PowerPoint you're going to use for your presentation. Well, the Jigsaw presentation is going to be a presentation, but you're not doing it all. This module, you're going to be spreading that out. So you're going to turn in your PowerPoint presentation in this module, your final PowerPoint presentation, and then a handout in which you'll be guiding the discussion for 2 other chapters, but we'll get to all that in the next module. And then we'll have the presentation in the following module. That'll be about 4 to 6 weeks down the road, and then a discussion after that. So that's kind of the long-term picture, is where you'll be presenting one chapter and then guiding a discussion on 2 other chapters. But for our purposes this week, and on these 2 weeks, is you're going to be getting a rough draft together of your PowerPoint of the presentation of the chapter that you select. And then you can look at the wrap up and looking ahead to Module 3. Now, if you have any questions, you're certainly welcome to put those in the question and answer forum. If you have any questions directed particularly to me, you can send those to me directly. And you'll have about a full week and a day to be working on this, and then we'll have our live session. But if you feel stuck or you need any assistance in between that before our live session, just reach out. Otherwise, we'll have a productive time in our live session upcoming, and I will see you in the course.